Welcome to our second session for our Tabula Rasa online retreat weekend. And yeah, we've got a great session here tonight at our studio here in Mexico at Casa Quantico. And actually everyone joining us here is living here at Casa Quantico. So I'm going to pass it over to the guys now. I'll pass it straight on to you and you can introduce yourselves.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi, good to see you. Wow, I'm nervous and I'm excited. Like, I have so many feelings right now, I don't even know how to describe it. But wow, this is so beautiful. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, it feels so beautiful to be here with you all tonight. It was such an honor how David actually introduced this session earlier today. I was blown away by it. I'm very, very touched. Yeah, it's like it was such a reminder to myself, like, wow, yeah, we've taken a lot of steps and all these miracles, and they're just waiting to be shared. Like Jesus says, we have a storehouse of miracles, and now we got an opportunity to share them tonight with you. And yeah, I'm just really excited, and I don't know, I get like hot flashes, and we have the fan running here, because I'm like, okay, I don't know, Jesus, but you have to do it through us, because yeah, there's so much I feel that we could share, and yeah, all of us actually, and so I just feel very, very honored to be here with you all, and yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. That's kind of what we talked about before this session, like, oh, this is going to be fun. Like, that's really what we want. We want to extend the joy from our hearts to yours. So I think we're going to give a little bit of an introduction to you, because for some we might be a little bit new faces. So we'll share a little bit and yeah, see where we go from there. Yeah, I don't know, Jiska, maybe you want to kick it off.
Yeah, maybe the first thing I want to say is it feels so special being here tonight, also because we're in it with the whole house, like Søren and Peter are here doing the tech thing, and Zach is up there doing the tech thing, and we're here, and I don't know, the whole build-up for today, it just felt so, yeah, I don't know, it just feels so grateful that we can do this as a house. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to share.
And just so you know, that's Jiska, Nicholas, and Linda. For those who didn't know, we get that straight. But
yeah, maybe what I can share is that I came to community August 2020. So now 1.5 years ago, I came to Spain when we still had a center in Spain. And I first came for a month. And then I went back to wrap things up at home. And yeah, then I came back to Spain, and I was, I never left. And I was there with Søren and with Jason and Emily, and we had co-living there. So we had a lot of people, also people that are joining us now that were in Spain. And and then we sold our center in Spain in November, and then Søren and Emily and myself came to Mexico, and and now most of the community is in Mexico, and it's a whole new configuration, so it feels really good and sparkly. Yeah.
Well, as Linda said, my name is Nicholas, and I've been a part of this community for over 7 years now, and just supported with various things, but for most of that time, I was at our Utah center in Camas, Utah, and came down to Mexico just some months ago, part of this whole kind of consolidation here to be with the rest of the community. And right now, each day, the main thing I support with in our community is our kind of web tech area. So we have about 70 websites, over 100 domains, we've got servers, we've got tech, all this stuff. And so me and JP, someone else part of this community, we just collaborate, well, all the time, but we just kind of help oversee all these things for the community to help, with these sharings, help you find these messages. And so it's a little bit more in the background, but just felt given to be out here today to share with you all.
Yeah, and I think I came to community was 2018. I actually first came to Strawberry Festival in Utah, and after that, I actually met Peter there, and Nicholas, and a few others from the community. And I came there first for a 6-week devotional to be of service, to have like a full immersion into how to be truly helpful with the projects, the festival as a backdrop. And I came there, but yeah, I came actually to Mexico afterwards, and I stayed. But as David already mentioned, I had a little bit of a run towards this step, because I think I met the community in 2017 over in Europe, because I originally came from Holland, and was very excited about the message, about the way of living, like to have a 24/7 devotion to listening to the Spirit. And I just felt so drawn to the community that, I don't know, I just was like, this is it, my mind was totally illuminated, like this is what I want for my life. And yeah, I feel like I've probably searched a little bit before that, and when I came, and I thought I was ready to, okay, I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna let everything go, and I did. I took my steps. I quit my job, I went to a 2-week retreat in France, and I actually wanted to come to Mexico pretty soon after that, so I was wrapping up things at home, kind of telling my friends and family, and then I did my first attempt, and I flew to Cancun to come to Mexico the first time. And like David said, it was, I don't even know what happened, like I can't even explain it, but probably an ego backlash, and I turned right back home to Holland after a few days. So I crossed the ocean, flew all the way back, and then I kind of was hiding a little bit for a few months. But then the online retreat started in 2018 actually. Yeah, that was like January 2018, I think. And I just felt like the Spirit totally orchestrated that, partially for me, because it felt like such an easy way to step back in towards the community very safely. And I think they just pulled me in. I was like, okay, I'm hooked again, and just feeling the joy of being together every month, like I'm sure you guys feel too. And now weekly with the movie workshops. Yeah, I just felt drawn back in, and I feel like there's no way I could have it differently. And then in 2018, Strawberry Festival was organized, and it was, okay, it's time to go. And so I went, and I never really got back to Holland in that kind of sense. And yeah, just really grateful, really grateful to be here and to feel that the Spirit was there, like in every step of the way, like even when there was doubt and I felt like I had to pull back because the fear was too high in my mind. I feel like the Spirit was always there offering me a next step to come closer to Him, and the community is a symbol for me, for the Spirit. So that's just how it looked for me up until this point. And yeah, just really grateful to be here with you all, because I know everybody's taking their steps. Everybody who's here, it's like we all answer that deep call to Jesus and to the Spirit, and I can really feel that in my heart actually right now. And I just feel very honored for being with you here with all the reflections that say yes to this every day. So yeah, I think we'll share a lot more miracles, but I just feel like just such a thank you actually in my heart right now. Yeah. Yeah, and David, it was beautiful. David kind of was giving us some promptings earlier this morning, because we've joined a few days ago of like, oh, what do we feel inspired to share? And of course, we have a lot of parables too to share. But it was really beautiful, and it reminded us of the steps that we've taken. And not so long ago, yeah, Yiska and Soren came to Mexico from Spain, and Nicholas and Zach came to Mexico from Utah. It's been about 4 months, 3 or 4 months now, that we have a completely new configuration in this house. Just me and Peter were the ones who have been here for a long time, and the rest went to other houses or had different assignments. And then 2 from Spain came here, 2 from Utah came here. It's a total new reconfiguration that the Spirit has given us for like a deeper healing and a deeper heart opening. I really feel like a deeper communication, a deeper intimacy. What we're talking about this weekend. And yeah, that's a topic I feel like it's something in my heart when I think about the words true intimacy. Like there's something there that wants to expand. I can really feel that. But yeah, maybe it's even, I know we went actually out for a lunch, Yiska and I, not long after she arrived here in Mexico, and I hadn't heard too many of Yiska's parables or miracles, but she was sharing with me at the time, and I think we were out for like an hour, and my mind was just illuminated. It was just completely lit up. And yeah, we thought maybe you want to share a little bit about, like, yeah, even you went to Spain and then back to Holland for a week, and then you came to Mexico. You had some miracles there, but even before that, like before you came to community, you took a step and then step back and then a step forward again. So maybe you want to share a little bit.
Yeah, I think I can share a little bit about it. And it was 6 years ago, I think. As David mentioned, he was in Holland for a weekend, and I'd been studying the course on and off for a few years actually, and then I was really into the course when I first found it, and then I dropped it and I tried other paths, and there was a time when I came back to the course, and I'd seen on Miracles in Contact, like a Dutch website, I saw a little introduction of David, and I just felt so drawn to it. And so I signed up for that weekend. And I remember when I came there, it was, we were sitting like already sitting there, and then David and Francis and Kirsten came in, and I don't know what happened to me, but I felt such a deep connection, and I just felt like that whole weekend, I felt like these are the people, these are the people I need to be with. I felt it so strong in my heart, and it really shook my foundation. And then that feeling just stayed with me. I was so lit up after that weekend, and I felt like I wanted to go to Utah. So I signed up for a retreat there. And then the night before I actually went to, or the night before I booked my flight, I was listening to a talk from David with Jenny Donner, and Jenny told about how she had a 10-year-old son, and that she felt such a deep calling that she went from Sweden to the States, I think, and basically just gave her whole life over to Jesus, and really felt like that was where she wanted to be. And then I completely freaked out. I so freaked out. I was like, because I had little children, and I felt like, oh my God, this calling is so deep. I could do the same thing. And then all this guilt came up. And so the next day I got into these huge panic attacks, and I'd had psychosis before, and I felt like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. So I ran back to my psychiatrist, and I was on medication again, which I stopped years before that, on antipsychotic medication again. And I was like, and my whole family was like, yeah, you know, this spirituality, it does this funny thing with your mind, and you should. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I put the whole thing away. No more, you know, no Course in Miracles, and for sure no David Hoffmeister and Living Miracles. So I was going through this very intense year with a lot of panic attacks, and with, you know, this feeling like, oh my God, you know, the whole spiritual path, it's just not for me. I'm not suitable for this. I can't handle it. My mind can't handle it. And then for 5 years, I really tried to not be spiritual and really commit to family life, and really commit to my work, and I felt so emptied out, and I was like, oh yeah, I missed my chance this lifetime. It has to be like a next lifetime, but I'm just not up for it. And then I started developing like all these physical things, like I got a frozen shoulder, and I got all these pains that I never had before, and yeah, and it felt so flat, and I felt so dead inside, actually. And then, I don't know, somehow, now that I look back on it, I can see Spirit was with me all the time, and was like, okay, if that's too scary for you, we'll give you Louise Hay now, and we give you this, and then all the stepping stones, again, you know, building up to the Course in Miracles. And then at some point when COVID hit, I just gone through a divorce, and from one day to the next, I was out of work, and I dropped everything. And then I felt like, oh, I need to reconsider my life, and I really want to go back into this, you know, I really want to go back into purpose, and really feel like I'm not compromising anymore. And then miraculously, Jenny Donner came back into my life, and
out of all the people, it was Jenny that showed up in your mind.
Yeah, it was amazing. And it was just at the time when I was, you know, I picked the course up again, and then I opened it, and I was like, oh no, this freaks me out, and I put it back again. And then, but then Jenny called, and she invited me for an online retreat. And so the first time when she called, I was like, oh yeah, thank you, but no thanks. I don't feel it, because I had all this fear coming up again. And then she contacted me again, and then I was like, yeah, why not just an online weekend retreat? And then, you know, I just felt like, oh my God, I can't stop this. This is really my calling. And then I was still hesitant of going into retreats with David again. But then that was the next step. And then when I felt that, I really felt that longing again, like, oh, I want to give my life to this, really. I want to just 100%, not just a little bit, but just really 100%. And then I felt like I had to figure it out. And I had to sign up for a month in Mallorca to see if it just was an idea of it, or if it was really like such a deep calling. And yeah, and then I went to Mallorca, and I don't know, I had immediately this deep connection with Søren, and yeah, I don't know, it just felt like coming home, and I felt so alive. It's like, oh, no more compromise. This is what I want. This is what I want. And then, you know, all the miracles, my mind was so lit up by Spirit, and this month in Spain, I don't know, there were a lot of outings with Søren. It was like Spirit was saying, no, yeah, you know, just go for it. And then, yeah, and then I went back to, then we had lunch, and Emily said, you know, what would you really want when you really, you know, if you don't consider family, if you don't consider anything. And then I said, I want this as my life. I really want to stay, and I want to. And then I thought, it's not possible. I have 2 children, and I have my ex, and it was really hard just to get that 1 month to be there. And I thought, I still had this belief, like, you can't just leave your children, you can't just do that. And then, but I felt it so strong in my heart, like, oh, I want to devote my life to this path, and to really having all these reflections on a daily basis of people who feel the same devotion. And then I prayed and prayed, and I said to Spirit, like, if this is meant to be, if this is really what you want for me, then it has to be in the best interest of everyone. It has to serve my family, it has to serve my children, it has to serve my ex. And I don't know how to make it possible. I mean, there was really, even going for a month was like a big step for, you know, getting everything handled. And then I was like, yeah, just show me. And then, oh my God, it was one miracle after the next. And then I was 2 months in Holland to wrap things up. And then I came back, and initially I signed up for 4 more months because, you know, it felt a bit extreme to say, like, I'm gonna stay, or I was too fearful. And then, but I felt it, like, the moment I got back, I just felt like, yeah, this is where I belong. And it just, and everything was so taken care of by Spirit. And